What's going on, dudes? So I kind of have my newest iteration of that, or at least it's inspired by that old Golgari deck that was, in turn inspired by the Hyper Cancer deck from like years ago. This isn't really a Hyper Cancer deck with like super amounts of life gain. Initially it was, but I kind of wanted to make it more competitive, so I ended up with this list. But the main thing we're going to be abusing that makes it Hyper Cancer inspired is Seminar. So last time I was using Rite of Renewal, and now I want to use Seminar because this is something that can just continually recast over and over. I'm using 2 copies of these because I wanted to just like push this card more, but you could just go 1 copy of this and then just put something else in of your own choice. That would probably be more competitive, but I'm doing 2 personally for now. We've got a lot of permanents to recast, so I have like 3 different planeswalkers here, and I think they're all pretty good. And we got the white aura sites to help ramp us into this kind of stuff. And our main permanents of choice are going to be Firdoch Core and Annex, as well as Badgers, which I avoided putting in the deck for a while, but I think Badgers just makes so much sense. When they ETB, we can Earthbend. That land and this Badger can just really slow our opponent down and speed us up at the same time, right? Because we can block, we can chump block with our Earthbent lands. And we can block with the Badger also. We can also pressure the opponent a little bit as well, right? We pressure them in 2 ways with Badger, right? We pressure them on the board by continually dealing damage with our Earthbent lands and the Badger himself, but also we pressure them by just the amount of mana that we can get. So, we're playing this like early game Badger Mole ramp, but we're also playing the long game with Annex. And Seminar is just such a good late game card because we can just continually bring back our Annexes, bring back our cores, our aura sites. So it just combos really well. I think it just makes a lot of sense. And then in order to get to that spot though, we need to interact, and the way we interact is with a permanent like Seam Rip. We interact with Duress because we don't have counter spells, so we just need this. Get Lost, Witherbloom Charm. I think you could make an argument for maybe putting a Heritage Reclamation in this over Witherbloom because it can actually destroy artifacts, and a little bit of extra graveyard hate's not bad either. But I think this is still pretty versatile, and I like this card quite a lot because we can sacrifice something like our land that was Earthbent, and then draw cards from that if we want. We've also got the Great Door. How do you pronounce this? Matzalanta? Yeah, I don't know. But I got like 1 copy of this. This is the first deck I've ever played this in, and I really like it. Being able to draw a card and then discard a permanent on our like stopped upkeep before the first main phase, we'll then be able to pull that out of the graveyard with Seminar. Really cool card with Seminar. Really just cool card in general because we just need some sort of card filtering like this to make our deck better off without blue. I like this a lot. And we can also transform it if we want. I don't think we'll need to do that, but it is something like if you just you're getting land screwed, this could help you out. So I've also got this Revival of the Ancestors. Really cool Abzan card in my opinion. Not like super strong, but it combos well with Elspeth and it combos well with Seminar. So this can go down, and then if we have it break before we cast Seminar, then we can recast it again the same turn that it broke on. So that's just how we get tokens, counters. It also has lifelink, so really cool card. I like tokens in general, so I like this quite a lot. Also got Soul Guide Lantern for our graveyard hate because I like one of these instead over the Ghost Vacuum. You could definitely do Ghost Vacuum, but I like this because we can sacrifice it to draw a card. So if there is a, this is our main board, right? So if we're not going up against something super graveyardy, then we can always just draw a card from it. It's guaranteed value no matter what, and we can just continually recur it from our graveyard with Seminar. I prefer this over Ghost Vacuum, but take your pick. Either one's pretty good. And then I've got 4 Judgments. The Aura Sites also exile stuff to help us ramp up. Fell, the life gain's good, the draw is good, destroy a target creature's good. Ugin is Ugin. So that's pretty much it for the main deck. And lands wise, I'm just running like a few Surveil lands. Ishgard, it's 5 mana to return up some permanents, but it's part of the theme of our deck, and returning permanents is it's pretty just good. Like, we can pay 5 and still play the land, so it's kind of an extra spell with our land. I just like that. We probably won't need it most of the time, but it's still useful. I think it came into play like one or two times for me. And we have Restless Cottage as well, just for like a creature land. We can hit face with, we can create food tokens, exile stuff. I've got 4 Citadels. You could maybe go lower on the Citadels if you want, and then fill it up with maybe some Verges if you feel like this is too many tapped lands, but I don't mind the tapped lands. We're a slower deck, and it's worked out pretty well for me. I just like the consistency this provides. And as far as sideboard goes, more duresses, you know, as this is pretty just consistent with most decks that play like a black, mid-range, or control style, is you just have 2 duresses main board, 2 duresses sideboard. It's just strong, right? It's just a good way to get rid of like the important stuff. Intimidation tactics, same thing. We can use this against like a Kavero deck. If they have that Dimir evoke dude that's super annoying, we can just turn 1, get rid of that because it goes into exile. And that's a creature that Kavero can't reanimate, so that's nice. Requiting Hex is good against like aggro stuff or just cheap stuff in general. Ghost Vacuum, you know, if we do need more graveyard hate, this is good because this is a better way to interrupt Kavero decks because it just stays on the board, and anytime they're selecting for a thing from the graveyard to reanimate, this can just come into play and just knock it out of their hand pretty much. High Noons are just good against Izzet, and I think it's okay that we play these. I'm not like 100% sure. I've only ran the deck in best of 1, but I think best of 3 you still want these, even with like the Seminar, right? Because we have Unholy Annex to chip away at their life the entire time, and that's just something that's a passive thing. We don't need to play cards for that, so I think High Noon slowing them down works more for us than it does for them. Strategic Betrayal for more graveyard hate and just a creature removal. Pinnacle Starcage is really sick. I got some cool clips with this. I don't know if I saved them all, but this is a cool thing to be able to do, like because you can recycle it. So if you're up against the main reason this is here is if you're up against like those Rakdos or Mardu discard decks, then this thing pops off. This thing will just win you the game straight up because you're exiling artifacts and creatures with mana value 2 or less. So just that on its own, you just win the game, right? It's really strong. The fact that we can recur it just gives it synergy, and we can also make tokens out of this thing. So again, we could sacrifice this before we recur it from the graveyard, so it just comes out right after it just got sacrificed. You would remove your own tokens with that, of course, but sometimes it's necessary. Scrap Shooter is I think it's the only creature in our deck. You know, you could definitely, you know, I think I need to go more creatures next time I run a list like this with Seminar, because the Abzan has some pretty cool creatures, but this is the only creature we're running. You know, you just destroy artifacts and enchantments. It's a 4/4 for 3. Pretty good. Maelstrom Pulse, just a good Golgari 3 mana removal. I'm not sure if we really need it because we have stuff like, you know, Get Lost, and we have access to just like white, and removal in general is just like strong. But I still like the efficiency of this. Like if we know there's like a specific thing they like to play multiple copies of, then just being able to totally wipe the board, like, because there's a lot of copy decks running around right now. People like to copy their stuff, and then there's also some decks that like Simulacrum, you know, they'll get Simulacrums out in the artifact decks, like, and put, you know, 3 of them down pretty quick if they're able to search for them. So just being able to wipe all of those is really good. Ancient Vendetta is here against Jeskai decks. That's something I've learned from Shroom. It's a really good way to just target Jeskai Revelation, get it just totally gone from the game, and that deck becomes a lot worse. The End, similar effect. We're just looking to hate something out. If there's like a creature or planeswalker that's bothering us, we can just sideboard this into the main deck. And then Ultima is just another way to deal with the artifact decks. And, you know, sometimes it's good to just make sure something can't do something on death. So Ultima is just a good 5 mana extra board sweeper. So yeah, guys, you know, final thoughts for this. It's not a super strong deck. I spent so much time playing with like Dredger's Insight and a few like Authority of the Consuls. I tried to make it more life gainy, but it just wasn't working out. I went like on a massive win streak, and then I went on a massive loss streak. So it ended up being like a 50-50 on that. So I ended up tweaking it because I'm in like higher diamond now, like soon to hit mythic. And I just felt like I needed the extra strength from like Annex, Badgermole, Cubs. And it just makes sense, right? Like, I mean, it just makes sense with Seminar to play like these slower cards. I mean, Badger's not necessarily slow, but it's just kind of a good card, right? I mean, if you're running green, it's really hard to argue to like not put Badgermole in. It's just the way the game is at the moment. But I really like Revival of the Ancestors. I want to use this card more. I do have it in another iteration of this deck. There is another one where I went blue with a friend helped me make it, and it's like a 4-color version of this with blue. So it turned out quite a bit differently, but that's a really good one. I'll probably show you guys that one next. And that deck I think is probably going to be better than this, so look out for that one. But as I said, you could remove a Seminar and then add in another Witherbloom Charm. Another Get Lost, a Heritage Reclamation might be good if you want to target artifacts early. Stuff like that. But the deck works, man. It works really cool in a cool way, because like just being able, like someone just destroying your Planeswalker, because you know your Planeswalker gets played, you destroy a creature, they remove it, and then you just play it again with your Seminar. It's so nuts, man. It's so cool. You know, we are a little weak to graveyard hate, and you know you could make the argument that boarding in I don't know what, another Planeswalker probably, like Liliana, like that could work pretty good. I think Elspeth might be enough to kind of win the game if they don't deal with her, but I'm not sure. Badger Molds also still help to get that like early pressure going. I think we could still win even if they do have graveyard hate. It's just like, it's nice to be able to pull from it, but I think this deck can win without Seminar. Seminar just makes it a lot better in the late game. But yeah, enough of the yapping. I'll just show you guys some games, and then you know, maybe next week, I think, I'll show you guys, like, the other version of this that I think is also pretty sweet. Another Seminar deck. Have fun. Discard a card. Maybe we discard this. I kind of like this. This is the kind of discard I like. It just feels a lot more fair. We could make this guy, but problem is if he kills them, we'll be getting 8 damage in, and he could just kill us off that. So I think we need to wait. We can't really pay life either. I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, he seemed pretty creature heavy. I'm okay with this. We're gonna have to block with our demon though, which really sucks. Maybe we don't. Maybe we just let him hit us and we block a 1/1. That'd be like the better long-term thing. We're gonna lose our dude if we do that. Do we need to do that? I kind of want life right now. Yeah, so we actually have to keep it. So we can get rid of this guy. Hold up Bitter Triumph, maybe. Man, how does this guy survive against, like, Izzet and Selesnya? Like, this feels like it'd be so hard to play. Okay, cool. We get our seminar soon, so I think I might discard the Pinnacle Star Cage. I just didn't want to take 3 damage there. Man, I would love Authority right now. I guess we should cast our Seminar. We can attack and then cast Seminar. Now let's get our... We'll get this. Alright, our opponent's playing a fair, honest, just cool new deck. And now I feel like the cringe player. We're just playing Unholy Annex. Unholy Annex isn't really that good in the meta right now, I feel like. But compared to that guy's deck, we're a lot better off. Alright, we lost. That's cool. So yeah, we just can't... Like, we're not going to be fast enough to beat something like this. It's very, very unlikely. Ay, ay, ay. Did he miss his turn? It's pretty likely we just lose. But we'll see. This deck is just really good right now. Do I need to pay life? Ooh, I do. This works. This works. I am digging that. Man, he has another Tursa on him like that? That's crazy. If we can just get a land, we'll be okay. The clock isn't too bad right now either. I don't think I want to risk Annex right now. I think what we gotta do is just ditch the Seminar at the moment. It's just way too slow. Creature gains indestructible. Do I need to kill that? Okay. He overextended. This is looking good.
I need answers. You're dismissed.
I'm so glad we got the Star Cage, dude. There's no way we win this without it. It's awesome that we got it. And that he overextended with the elf. Huge, man. Huge for us. We have Day of Judgment. I wonder if it's worth just trying to draw a card so we can get Ugin. Probably not. So I don't think I want to take life. I think I just want to gain life right now. Play it safe. I still don't even know if Unholy Annex is worth it, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I'm a little skeptical of it. This is great. Yeah, I'm fine with this. We got our land. That's big. Do I play Unholy Annex? I think we can now. I think we can. Unless he has like slick shot. I'm gonna go for it. You know what we should have done? We should have done the token first. We should have done the token first. Absolutely should have done that. That would have been good. Yeah, now we're really we're risking it. If we lose, it's completely and totally our fault. So do we have anything to gain us life? Not yet. We can wait. We don't need to rush the seminar. I guess we could just force Ugin. We could get Ugin out, kill this thing. That's probably a good idea. Because this can hit us directly. What is going on over there in that brain?
Only sting for a moment. Preparation. In one step.
Alright, we got both our life game planeswalkers out. We're pretty good. We're pretty much... I mean, we're done. Like, I think this guy's done. It's just amazing that this guy's still roping me, and he's stuck around. And he's playing, like, one of the most try-hard decks there is to play at the moment. And he's like... Okay, there we go, finally. Alright, we go first. We have Firdoch Core and a board wipe and some cheap removal. I dig it. Kind of just want to. He's blue, so I don't think it'll matter, but... You know, in reality, we actually should have held up a get lost, because if he plays like a talent now, that'd be a little embarrassing. So double blue. I mean, I guess that means he has a counterspell, right? So we're just gonna wait. Murloc. Well, he can't really get strong until our turn. So I'm assuming he's just going to attack, hold up a counterspell. I want to make him use his counterspell now. And if he counters Get Lost, we don't give him map tokens, which I'm okay with. Yeah, there we go. So we can Firdoch Core, Seam Rip, and then use our Overgrowth. Well, we used a lot of cards just now. Hopefully we'll be okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could pay 2 mana. Although I just think that he's going to have... I want to wait. He's actually holding priority anyway. Maybe we can get away with it. This way he can't use 3 steps ahead and draw. So if he does have a 3 steps ahead, he'll just have to use it, and that's it. What does this do? Okay. I mean, we can just bring this guy out. I know he's gonna probably tap him, but tapping him's not a big deal. Does he lose types too? Okay. These cards just suck, don't they? Like, I've never seen these enchantments actually work. It's just like, you could just kill whatever you're targeting with this. You know, for the same mana cost or less. Alright, let's attack. Alright, there goes my core. Okay, so he's only gonna have 2 mana up. Let's see if he's still got priority. He does. Does he want to counterspell? Good, good. Negate's gone now. We're good. And why not? Let's just get rid of him. They're going first, we draw. I'm kind of down to keep it. I think we seam rip the Badger, right? Is that what we do? Or should we have just seam rip this and then get lost the Badger? I'm not really sure. Maybe. Maybe that's the play. Lucky us. Lucky us. So, yeah, we will seam rip one of these guys. And play our Restless Cottage. Whoa, hey, respect, respect. I kind of want to try this card. It's not as good as in Holy Annex, like, but I do like the slower life tick. It's like kind of less risky, but the reward is significantly less. All right, let's play our Firdoch Core. We could have played it our Soul Guide Lantern. We really should have, because he is black. You never know. It doesn't look like he's going to be a graveyard-centric deck, but the card draw later might have been nice. Let's just... Do I take his elf? I don't think I take his elf, right? And we can still play our Lantern, that's nice. Maybe should have held up a Get Lost. I'm getting I'm pretty bad about that. I need to just be a bit more patient. Yeah. It would have been nice to just play that untapped, hold up, Get Lost. Okay, our Judgment takes care of the problem though. We're good. Let's go white. Gets life, that's pretty nice, because for us it's not really that relevant.
These are the answers I need. I can heal you.
Do we act scary? Just hold on to our land? I think so, I think we gotta do it. We probably should have attacked with our Restless Cottage. Could have taken out the Bloodthirsty dude. Sack and draw, okay. I'm waiting for that enchantment. That's when I'm going to use the Soul Guide Lantern. Maybe not, actually. That's not bad. Guess we can get rid of that. Let's go for this. Man, Witherbloom Charm is so good. Is he still not getting lands? Alright, there it is. There's Bossing Say. That's something I'm considering adding to this list. That probably would be better than Restless Cottage. I mean, it just would be better. Alright, let's get rid of Passage. Oy, oy, oy. Let's do it again. See if we can get away with it. Bummer. So it's when an opponent loses life, you gain life. Alright. Dude, that is crazy. Alright, cool. That's nice. That's kind of cool, man. This is kind of cool. I think we just need to get rid of this.
Sit down.
When another creature enters, maybe we gain life here. Because we can pay for this, which we will. Do we just gain life? Yeah, screw it.
The right spell turns poison to medicine.
Yeah, if we had done that a little sooner. See, now we're in a little bit of trouble here because he could hurt us a lot if he gets that enchantment down. He could loop this, right? Because he'll just gain life off this, and then he'll just continually... Yeah, I didn't realize that. Alright, lucky us. I'm talking about that enchantment. I can't think of the name of it. So yeah, we definitely need to board sweep. And then we can fill the board back up with our Badger Mole. Let's get a little aggressive. With our 1/1. And we should have discarded that. We're misplaying a little bit. I'm playing a little bit sloppy. It's all good. Yeah, there it is. So he can't loop it. Thank God. Alright, we can draw. Ditch the land. Draw, ditch the Badger Mole. You know what? I think we need to kill that Lumerit pretty badly. We might just need to sweep the board here. Because I can't let him loop with the with these guys. And he's drawn quite a few cards. It wouldn't be crazy if we got another one. Yeah, there it is. Jeez. Okay. We discard this. Get rid of this. You got anything in here for us? Deadly cover-up? Fine with me. And let's just get our Badger Mole down. Ugin? Okay. I think we won this. Yeah, I think we're good. This was an interesting match, man. Yeah, this life gain is pretty cool. I've seen people run like an Abzan life gain. That's what like this deck might be like. This deck isn't really suited for that because we're trying to go like more control. But that would be a cool thing to see. I've heard it's a pretty good life gain deck. Alright, let's Ugin. Get rid of our tap land. Draw. Elspeth doesn't do anything at the moment.
My plan bears fruit.
Yeah, she will next turn though. Like, we'll just be able to kill next turn. Oh yeah, we could have killed this. Like, could we have killed this turn? No, I don't think so. Actually, yeah, we could have if we didn't play Ugin. I think we could have. Still pretty good though. Good game. Opponent goes first. We've got 4 lands, but we got a Surveil land, so I kind of want to play that first. And a Duress is kind of nice. Maybe we want to just go Tomb and then Duress turn 1. Is that trolling? Yeah, it might be trolling against this. So... ah, man, we actually need... like, drawing Ugin is like the worst thing. Let's see how aggro he's gonna be. So like a Gruul Spiders. Well, Get Lost is good. I don't know if it's worth paying life for though. He's not playing super fast. Is it worth it? Thing is, we'll have to pay life again for Firdoch Core, and I really don't want to do that. Yeah, let's get Firdoch Core down. Hopefully he doesn't, like, Heritage Reclamation it instantly. Let's see what we can do with this. Alright, what do you got going? What is this? Alright, so... that's a 3-mana. Spiders. Cast using in Web. He enters with 1/1, where mana value of creature returns. So, and Web is return a tapped creature you control. Alright. So he's going to be like a 5. We can deal with him pretty easily. I think we need to get rid of the Snakeskin Veil. So we can get lots of stuff. We could also Stormslayer, because this guy's... oh, he has Trample. You know, Stormslayer is probably still worth it, though. Does he have haste? No. I think we just Stormslayer, then. You know, Stormslayer is so... like, so here's the benefit of Stormslayer over Dalian Fel. This permanent is on the board and can protect itself, whereas Fel can't. Like, we can make tokens that can protect our face, protect our Stormslayer. And Fel can only give us life, which is like a pseudo protection for us, but... it's not amazing against, to protect himself. Alright, so we can just make tokens, which is great. Play this tapped. Witherbloom and Get Lost is what we're going to hold up. Yeah, Stormslayer's nice, man. Stormslayer's nice. It just gives us options. Like, if we were Dalian Fel, we'd have to play this, like... it's a little scarier. Like, we're forced to use these things, basically, right? Next turn. Because then we can't block this guy. But with our Stormslayer, we're just kind of vibing. We're hanging out. We can wipe the board and then refill it with Judgment. Although, I don't know if I want to do that with Spinners of Souls once that comes out, but we could. And you may reveal top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card into your hand. So that would get triggered for each guy, right? Once we judgment. We can also Firdoch Core right now. I'm kind of down. Oh, whoops. I did not. Whenever you attack with 2 or more... Okay, I didn't realize that was going to get triggered. That's fine. So either my tokens stay alive... Okay, nice. Alright, Surveil Land. Badger Mole is kind of nice, actually, I think, because we can refill the board after Judgment goes away. Dude, this deck feels like way better than what it used to feel. I mean, we're not up against anything like super great right now, it looks like. So I don't want to get like too ahead of myself, but I just feel like I have so much, like way more options than what I used to. When I first built this deck, I was really trying to abuse Seminar as much as possible. So I wasn't running stuff like Get Lost and Witherbloom Charm. And I feel like that was a really big mistake. Let's get rid of you. Excuse me. Alright, let's Ugin. Draw a card. Alright, nice. Smooth. What on earth is this? When you put 1 or more counters on a creature you control, put a supply counter, remove supply counter, draw a card. That's kind of cool. That's like a interesting... That's like a weird sort of Maze Mind Tome. Let's pay the life here. I want to make sure we can get lost something important. Well, did this guy just quit? Did he not draw a land? I don't think that's important to get lost, so we could just get our Badger down. And let's get our Tome. Tomb. I guess it's a tomb, not a tome. Well, there's a forest. And an elf. So we have a... I mean, him just kind of roping us turn 2 has put him at a pretty significant disadvantage. We could just Badger. I mean, is there a reason to not Badger? We could hold up Get Lost, though, too, and I think I'd rather do that. Yeah, I'd rather hold up a Get Lost right now. Yeah, and there's our Get Lost target. But, you know, we got a pretty good Judgment on the way. So, the question is do we want him to keep this? I think it's not that big of a deal. This guy doesn't get trample. We'll take the 1 damage. We're just gonna wait. Yeah, I like that. And then we can cast Soul Guide Lantern, maybe. Although I don't know if I wanted to let him hit us, though. Actually, the number of counters, so he'll just endure 1. Okay. Yeah, we have tokens to block. Let's do this. Oh, I should have drawn. My bad. My bad. Yeah, there's the Ouroboros. Alright. This is kind of sweet, man. I like the idea. I like the idea behind that. Although, turn 1, you generally want to just be playing like an elf. Does he not want to attack? Oh, because I can kill him. Alright. Ugin. That is nice. I don't think this really matters. We might board wipe now, I think. It's probably safer to do that. We could also get lost anything that gets trample. I'm kind of worried that... yeah, he could... You know what? This might be an issue. I didn't realize it was going to go per thing here. Do we board wipe now and lose Badger? I think it's probably the wise decision. Let's just go double green. Board wipe. Should have attacked first. It's too late now. And let's just Badger. I think that's... I've been punished lately for wanting to, like, be greedy. Like, yeah, it didn't look like he had trample. But man, lately, I have just been brutalized by trying to get value like that. So I'm just playing it pretty safe. We could... never mind. Let's just do this. See if we can get a land. We do not. That's really sad. We can do this, though. I like that. Man, if we lose the game because we just don't draw lands, that's going to be really sad. Okay, that's actually going to hurt us. The Ooze does hurt us. He's going to get rid of the Badger. Creatures with power less than can't block. Alright. That's a pretty cool card. Yeah, if you're not going to give them trample, that's a good way to go around it. I think we could... Oh, can't block it. Ah, that's not a big deal. I can still block the other guy. Well, this is a little bit of a ramp card. Let's get rid of you. I wonder if getting rid of the Ooze would have been better. Jeez, another one. We could get lost this guy now, and then next turn I think we have enough to Ugin, right? He's gonna get a bunch of artifacts. That's okay though. We could Elspeth. I kind of want to Elspeth, but then what? Let's just do Ugin. We need the card draw. Man, the Ooze is so cool, man. I like. There's some good Ninja Turtle cards, guys. Like these cards are nice. Right, finally we got an Annex. Alright, I think we've eliminated most of the threats. I think we're good to go from here on out. I want to cast Seminar now while we can, because it's going to go away soon. And we have the perfect card to get rid of the Ooze. Although, I don't think it really matters. I think at this point in the game, we've pretty much just won. He's gonna make this a really big elf. Alright, we Aura Sight the Ooze, I think, right? And we could just get Lost to Sky later on. We could cast Stormslayer, right? Do we have double white? We do, actually. Yeah, I'm down. Let's cast Stormslayer, get rid of this thing. Whoa, I did... Oh, that's a 2 mana. Okay, I was not aware. Well, I don't think we lose this game. Thank God. He saved my decision making. But yeah, we're in too good of a spot. There's not much you can really do. Turn 3 sweeper sounds kind of nice. I'll give it a shot. This might be really good, depending on what he's going to try to bounce. Well, there goes my turn 3 sweeper. Ego Drain. I thought this was a duress. So you choose a non-land card. If you don't control a fairy, exile a card from your hand. Okay, I actually didn't even mean to play around that. That's kind of sweet. I don't know if Authority is going to be all that... I mean, it's got fairies. Actually, it could be quite useful. Let's just draw. Let's see what we get. We can do this. We should have kept... we should have put our Authority down. I forgot. My bad. That's on me. I don't know if we want to discard anything at the moment. Start your engines. So... Alright, we'll get rid of our Judgment. Yeah, I don't know if I want to force a discard at the moment. Okay, now I might, but I think what would be nice is if we just took this. We should probably just do that. I kind of want to keep my other one too. This is sweet. Let's try that again. Yeah, this is the why I wanted that Authority. I figured he would come out. Honestly, I kind of like this. We should have used... See, like, if he has another one, we made a mistake here. We'll see if he does. He does not. Judgment might be useful, I'm not sure. I don't think it will be, let's see. I do like that over Judgment, maybe. I think I'm a fan. I also like getting my demon out as well. Let's just try that. And if he wants to get rid of it, we just Witherbloom Charm. Nice, lucky us. Let's attack. And we can bring this out as well. There's the dude. You may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanent. Alright. Do we want to... I kind of want to... I'm going to be mean. This might be trolling. But I'm going to do this. Oh, you know what we could have done? Waited for him to... So it's sacrifice. Yeah, it's not target creatures. So let's just stop him from sacrificing anything. It'll be funny. Because he wants to kill my Unholy Annex, I assume. Or maybe one of these guys. But probably my Unholy Annex. Because that's what's killing him at the moment. So this way we're kind of securing an extra, I don't know, 2 damage. Let's spread our stuff here. Alright, good game.